Hi, my name is Glenn Hasselman. I'm just making this video for the free accounting software users to show you guys some more features of the activity statement lodgement. So I've lodged this July one, now working on this August activity statement, and I've entered a few transactions for August in the previous video. So what I want to cover off is, having lodged this July FAS, what do I do if I found a transaction that relates to July? And I'll show you one technique for addressing that. So going to the income and expenditure report, we had this property rental transaction that I entered, and I've got the August payment here, but let's say I actually forgot to enter the July payment. So I can just go into that transaction edit page. I'll just click copy to new to create a new transaction here, and put it back into the July period. Now I've already actually lodged the July business activity statement. So anyway, I can enter a transaction into July still. I haven't closed the ledger, and so that's allowing me to do that. If I go back to the property rental page or transaction listing, we can see now I have a July one as well as an August one. Now if I go to the activity statement for August, which I haven't yet lodged, I've lodged July, and I'll just have a quick look at that. So we can see that that $200 purchase for rent is not on this transaction list. So I'll go to August. I haven't yet generated the transactions for August. So yeah, in the previous video, I generated the transactions for the business activity statement by with this thing. It says include unreported transactions for X additional months, and I had select none and clicked generate transactions. So you can see when I do that, it just brings in the August transaction, and there was a bank fee. I haven't actually entered any sales, but that's okay. This is just a demo. Now there is another option, and that is to include some additional months. Now the ATO has some rules about when you're allowed, time limits and amount limits about when you're allowed to make an adjustment on a BAS for an error on a prior BAS. So in this case, I could just pick to include 3 months of additional transactions. Now, it's not going to bring in all transactions for the previous 3 months. It's going to only bring in unreported transactions. So it's linked up those transactions, those July transactions, with the July BAS, but the one that was entered later is currently unreported. So you can sort of pick longer periods of time quite safely, because it's and sometimes you might not remember that you know, we know because I've just entered this transaction, but you might not remember, was there a transaction that I entered, or any corrections that I've made since I lodged that earlier BAS. So it could be useful just to go, look, I'll see what I can pick up in 12 months, and then generate the BAS. So anyway, you can click this generate transactions thing multiple times. So I'm just going to do that again. Okay, and then you can see that it's brought in that July transaction. And it's worthwhile to, double check these things, because we're doing the August BAS. If you see that some transactions come in on a date prior to the start of the BAS, then you'd normally review it, and it shouldn't be a lot. It's the odd transaction here or there. If it's a lot, then yeah, you're doing something wrong. Yeah, so that's it. I guess that's the next thing I can do is I can click on the lodge page link up the top here and go and lodge this BAS, and that's going to claim that $20 GST on the BAS. Alright, well, that's one way to handle that situation. In the next video I'll show you another way to do it. I hope the video has been useful, and thanks for watching.